إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا in Surah Al-Isra. قليلا ما تشكرون. How little you show gratitude. قل هو الذي ذرأكم في الأرض. Tell them He's the one who created you and spread you out in the earth. ذرأ يعني خلقه مبدعا على غير مثال. ذرأ means to create something without a previous sample. People make a car, they say we've designed a completely unique car. No, you haven't. It still has 4 wheels, it still has a steering wheel, seats. It's another car. Some slight modifications, some enhancements, but it's still a car. We've made a new kind of building. Actually, no, it still has a foundation, still has doors, still has windows. You've made some modifications, but there was an original sample already there, and you've made modifications. People now create these hybrid animals and things like that in labs, right? And they're breeding different kinds of species and things, or different kinds of plants. But that's not entirely new. It already has a basis. Creating something with no previous sample, no floor plan, nothing in your mind. Even the most creative of our thoughts are actually a combination of older thoughts. That's all they are. It's really, we take older ideas that we heard before and we add to it our experiences and we come up with something that we think is creative, but it's not. It's really a continuation of previous thought. Allah creates with no blueprint before. He created you with no blueprint ahead of Him. مبدعا على غير مثال وبثهم وكثرهم. This is the other meaning of ذرأ. On top of that, He spread them out and He made them many in the earth. وإليه تحشرون. And to Him you will all be herded eventually. ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين. And they say, when is this promise going to be fulfilled if in fact you're telling the truth? قل إنما العلم عند الله. Say that the ultimate knowledge lies with Allah. The ultimate knowledge lies with Allah. وَإِنَّمَا أَنَا نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. I'm just here to openly give warning. The word warning is highlighted again, because in the akhirah the question will be, didn't you get a warner? And it's a mercy of Allah that He's calling Himself a warner, so that you save yourself from that trouble in the akhirah. فَلَمَّا رَأَوْهُ زُلْفَةً. Such a scary ayah. Then when they see it getting closer and closer and closer, تَقَدُّمٌ فِي قُرْبٍ إِلَى شَيْءٍ. Something keeps coming closer to you and closer to you. This is called zulfa. When you do an act that brings you closer to Allah, يُقَرِّبُنَا إِلَى اللَّهِ زُلْفًا. Quran says, this deed of ours will bring us closer to Allah in ranks. So this hellfire, Allah says, وَبُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ لِمَنْ يَرَى. Hellfire will be brought out for the person to see. When they see this punishment, and it's approaching. They're being taken to it, it is being taken to them. سِيئَتْ وُجُوهُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. The faces of those who disbelieved are going to look terrible. سِيئَتْ وَقِيلْ هَذَا الَّذِي كُنْتُمْ بِهِ تَدَّعُونَ. And it will be said, this is what you were making your claims about. This is the thing you were making your theories about. Also means this is the order you were placing. You were literally asking for this. قُلْ أَرَأَيْتُمْ. Tell them, do you hold the opinion? Are you holding the view? إِنْ أَهْلَكَنِيَ اللَّهُ وَمَنْ مَعِيَ. That if Allah destroys me and everybody around me, أَوْ رَحِمَنَا, or He shows us mercy, فَمَنْ يُجِيرُ الْكَافِرِينَ مِنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Then who's going to rescue, save the disbelievers from painful punishment? Yujiru actually means to protect your neighbor. Who's going to be a neighbor? Because from jar. Jar means neighbor. Al-jar thumma dar, right? Ajara yujiru, we say, Allahumma ajirna minan nar. You know why we say that? Because we're asking Allah to be a neighbor to us. Like Allah save us as one that's right next to us and protects us from the fire. When the enemy comes and attacks a village and you go hide in the house of your neighbor, that's ijara actually. That's literally. That you go and you hide in the house of your neighbor. You get protection from your neighbor. فَأَجَارَكَ. He protected you as a neighbor. That's what the old meaning is. Subhanallah. فَمَنْ يُجِيرُ الْكَافِرِينَ. We will be gone as your neighbors, believers are told in this ayah. If Allah destroys me, the Prophet is told, if Allah destroys me and those who are with us, or He shows us mercy, either way, what about you? Because you can make fun of you. We're not going to heaven. You people are misguided. You're lost. You're this and you're that. Have you thought about yourself? Have you ever even given thought about where you're headed? فَمَنْ يُجِيرُ الْكَافِرِينَ مِنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. From painful torment, from painful torture. قُلْ هُوَ الرَّحْمَنُ. Tell them, say, He is Ar-Rahman, the exceedingly merciful. Why is that name mentioned? Kafir, it's not late. He's not just Al-Jabbar. He's not just Al-Muntaqim. He's Ar-Rahman. Get your act together. The surah began, in the beginning, Ar-Rahman was mentioned. Actually, this surah takes more of a flavor of punishment than it does of reward. There's really very little mention of reward. Mostly it talks about punishment. But Allah says to the kafir, He keeps the door open. He says, I'm Ar-Rahman to you. Get your act together. آمَنَّا بِهِ وَعَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْنَا. I teach you in grammar, I teach you about taqdeem and ta'khir. Taqdeem and ta'khir. There's a beautiful lesson of taqdeem and ta'khir here. One of the most gorgeous places in the Quran to learn taqdeem and ta'khir. آمَنَّا بِهِ. We say آمَنَّا فِعِل ماضي. فاعله, in the new grammar we say ضمير متصل. Na, تقديره نحن, right? به, jar majroor. جار مجرور مفعول به في محل نصب. This jar majrur is actually في محل نصب. Some say متعلق بالفعل, right? But it's in its place. It's the fi'l, the fa'il, and then the maf'ul. But when you say وَعَلَيْهِ توكلنا, عليه, we don't say توكلنا عليه, right? So we say آمنا به, verb, prepositional phrase. عليه توكلنا, what do? Prepositional phrase, verb. Instead of going verb, prepositional phrase, verb, prepositional phrase. This is because, when you move something over, one of the 4 benefits of that is al-ikhtisas, the one I've taught you so far. Al-ikhtisas means exclusivity, right? So we say we believe in Allah. Amanna bihi, we believe in Him. But we don't only believe in Him. We believe in the book. We believe in the angels. We believe in the messenger. We believe in Judgment Day. We believe in the Akhirah. We believe in predestination. There's so many things we believe in. Among them, believing in Him. So it acknowledges belief in Allah, but doesn't limit iman to belief in Allah. But when we say alayhi tawakkalna, we rely upon Him. Is there an exclusivity now? Because we don't rely on the angels. We don't rely on the book. We don't rely on the messenger. We don't rely on we only rely on Allah. So there's ikhtisas. Alayhi tawakkalna. Why are we learning grammar? آمنا به وعليه توكلنا فستعلمون من هو في ضلال مبين. Then soon you'll find out who's in clear, obvious misguidance. قل أرأيتم إن أصبح ماؤكم غورا. Tell them, if your water was just to be taken, sunken in. غور means water that is sunk into the earth, you can't find it. Oh, this is a scary ayah because it's about Zamzam, yo. What was their ma'? ماؤكم إذا قال ماؤكم لأهل مكة ما هذا الماء Zamzam. Allah says if your water sinks back into the earth like it was originally, فَمَنْ يَأْتِيكُمْ بِمَاءٍ مَعِينٍ. Who's going to bring you nice spring water that's crystal clear? Where is that going to come for you then? Subhanallah. Makkans thought of themselves as a very powerful nation, well taken care of, but their entire water supply was Zamzam. That's how they got their water. That city can't exist without water. The Yemenis that moved and settled there when Ismail alayhi salam and Hajara were there, radiallahu anha wa alayhi salam, when they were there, why did they settle there? Water. No other reason. Allah says, your entire foundation. Your entire foundation. So Allah, subhanAllah, in this ayah, Allah says, I can take you out by land. I can take you out by air, wind. I can get rid of your water. What army are you going to have against me? What army will you have against me? This is Allah Azza wa Jalla's way of showing the Quraysh where they stand. And Allah will take one by one each of these, water, air, land. You're going to see themes come up in this juz'. Towards the end we're going to see وَالْمُرْسَلَاتِ عُرْفًا. There's going to be a dedication to the winds. How much winds can destroy. There's going to be just a discussion on that. So with that, inshallah ta'ala, I conclude this dars. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-Hakim. ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات وذكر الحكيم. Inshallah, after a little break, we'll do Surah Al-Qalam.